Hey guys, and welcome to the 16th episode of the RebornFootball podcast. I'm Tans and I'm here with
Fuego.
And as usual, we're going to start the episode with the verse of the episode. So I will say the verse of the episode and then I'll let Fuego take us deeper into it. So today's verse of the episode is Matthew 13 verse 44, which says, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and covered up. Then in his joy, he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field."
Yeah, so I was looking at this verse in a Bible study. I think it's probably even 2 months ago at this point. But what kind of stood out to me here was the description that Jesus gave the kingdom of heaven. So I want us to see the kingdom of heaven not just as heaven, the place we go to when we die in Christ, but rather the kind of the whole heavenly experience, which starts on earth through knowing Jesus Christ, accepting him as your Lord and Savior, believing in God, believing that God is your heavenly Father. So he likens the kingdom of heaven to a treasure that a man discovers hidden in a field. So it's this, we know that a treasure is something that is of high value. The value cannot be quantified. He hides that treasure. He goes and sells everything that he owns to buy the field. So what I see here is that the kingdom of heaven, knowing Jesus, knowing God, is more valuable than anything in the world. And we should be able to give up everything that we have, every ideology that we currently have, to follow Jesus wholeheartedly. In particular, this means dying to your flesh. So we need to die to flesh to be able to follow Jesus. I think it also speaks to the fact that, we know that salvation is free, but following Jesus Christ comes at a cost. And again, that cost is our flesh. So we need to die to the flesh, which is what the man did by selling everything he owned. And then we gain that field that has that hidden treasure.
I would fully echo everything that Fuego said there. I think it's very important, as Fuego mentioned, to recognize the value of the gift that God has given us, the gift of salvation. Even reading through the Bible, there's a life before Jesus, and a life after Jesus. And, we should be grateful that we're in the life after Jesus, where all we have to do is believe in him and also and truthfully and genuinely repent of our past, which is dying to the flesh, being born again, becoming a new creation, leaving our old life and pressing on to the new life, allowing God to transform us, to renew us in our minds. And it's all about recognizing the value of the treasure that that is available for us, and knowing that it does cost. It costs you your flesh. It costs you your fleshly desires, your human instincts, everything that the world would tell you to do. It costs you all of that. It means that you have to, you have to go the opposite way. You have to sometimes take the narrow road where a lot of people would take the wider road. Even for example, the world says that we should follow our own heart, but that's following fleshly desires. We should follow the heart of Christ. We should be after the heart of Christ, because in the Bible it says that the heart of man is desperately wicked. We could go through a lot of different examples concerning this, but I think the main thing just to take from this verse is that recognizing how valuable salvation is and not taking it for granted. And mainly that means genuinely repenting from our actions, taking the time to spend the time in the Lord's presence and becoming the new creation. We're gonna do something slightly different today. We're gonna call it the football/religion portion of the episode, because as the Euros is coming up, there's a particular baller and God Christian footballer that I want to talk about that I feel is really relevant to both us as, Faith and Football podcast and the Euro starting on Friday. And the player I want to talk about is Eberechi Eze. So Eze, playing for Crystal Palace and England, has been selected for this year's England Euro squad. And it just took me back to around the time of the last Euros. So around the time the season before the last Euros was the 2020-21 season. Eze just moved from QPR to Crystal Palace. It was his first season at Crystal Palace, and he had a wonderful season. Played really well, put himself on the England radar, and was a really entertaining. Had a lovely first season in the league, but then right at the end of the season, in a training session, not even in a game, he tore his Achilles. And I mean, it was crazy, obviously, even without any other extra, parts to the story, that's a devastating injury to get as a footballer. But what actually happened that he told later on was that that very day, as he went into the locker room after tearing his Achilles, he's probably in pain with the doctors and whatnot. He sees a message from England saying that he's been selected for the Euro 2020, which was held in 2021, COVID reasons, but being selected for the European Championship provisional squad. And that must be, I mean, I don't know how I would have reacted in that moment. Probably would have been tears, probably would have been pain,
definitely.
etc. But Eze, as a baller in God, he's always been very open in his faith, very open in how his faith in God got him through that difficult moment, that moment where, I mean, I don't know, he must have been asking God, why me, why now, why at this moment, the moment where I'm truly about to take off, go play in the European Championships for my country. But he kept that faith in God. He recovered from his injuries, and he's come back to be even better than he was before. And now he not only made the provisional team, because at that time it was probably the fringes, he probably wouldn't have made it to the main squad. But now, it was clear that he definitely at this point deserves easily to be in the main squad for the Euros. And it just kind of relating it biblically, it reminds me a little bit of the story of Job. How, God took Job's, all that Job's had, his family, all his belongings, etc. But he remained faithful to God, and that's where we can draw the parallels. Eze has remained outspoken in his faith. He does the cross celebration most times that he scores. He's I'm pretty sure he wears the shin pads as well, the ballers and God's shin pads. That's kind of getting a little bit popular lately. So he remained faithful to God. He didn't publicly deny God or reduce in his faith as a result of what happened to him. And now, in the future, he has gotten even more than what he had before, similar to Job, where Job was blessed with multiples of what he had previously had, before God decided to test him. So I think, even relating to the Euros, I think it's a really lovely story of, of triumph, of remaining faithful to God, and eventually being rewarded. So I think that's something that we can learn, in all aspects of life.
Yeah, no, I get your kind of joining of that story to Job's story. As you said, God allowed kind of Job to basically lose everything. Job had multiple reasons to deny God and be like, look, it's calm, it's okay, it's enough. You know what I mean? Similar thing, like, I cannot imagine, as somebody who even still plays football kind of semi-professionally, semi-competitively, I cannot imagine being called up to, let's not even look at it for national team, even just bring it down. Somebody who plays maybe for their reserve team gets a call up to their first team to play a few minutes or whatever, and then gets injured in training the day before. You would be gutted. You would be in tears, the same way that Eze would have been. But as you said, 4 years on, he's back. He's been better than he was before that injury. And not only was he in the provisional squad, but as they were going in to the camp, it was like Eze is going to be in the final squad anyway. That type of way. And hopefully we'll see, by God's grace, a lot of him in this competition, because he does deserve to be in that squad. And I do believe he deserves to get his minutes. But yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll move seamlessly now into talking a bit about the Euros.
That wasn't very seamless, I will lie.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to say seamlessly, but yeah, we'll move into talking about a bit about the Euros. So obviously, I think we'll start with England. They're closest to us. You got England, Scotland are in the Euros. Ireland didn't make it. Did Northern Ireland didn't make it as well? I'm pretty sure. I think
Ireland can't make it Euros, bro.
they're not at this moment in time anyway. Wales didn't make it. I remember they lost on penalties. I think was it to Poland. I remember Daniel James missed the deciding penalty. But
Daniel James.
yeah, man, I remember when he first joined United. But anyway, looking at the England, looking at the England squad, I mean, it's been said that they are one of the favorites to win the tournament. And while kind of England fans do always kind of say that in kind of like a joking manner, it is kind of like England are one of the favorites. I haven't seen Mourinho today saying that England are one of the favorites, that he's predicting England to get to the final. So I mean, there is a lot of talent, especially attacking talent with the likes of Foden, Bellingham, Saka, Kane, already mentioned Eze, Gordon,
Palmer.
Watkins, Palmer. There's a lot, Jared Bowen as well. There's a lot of attacking talent in the England team. Perhaps where they might be a little bit short is in defense, though, because I mean Shaw is not fully fit. He's in the squad, but I don't know what his situation is. Maguire didn't make it. That was actually really surprising. Maguire calf injury didn't make it.
And the thing is, he's one of the people that Gareth Southgate has a lot of trust and a lot of faith in. Now, whereas he might not do the best all the time with United, he does perform for England. So we
Consistently
cannot,
as well.
It's not a thing of, oh yeah, Harry Maguire is important to England, but he's not that good of a player. He is important to that England squad.
Yeah, very important. And even what's it called? John Stones as well hasn't had the best season for City.
I think they said he's currently ill, as far as I've seen on social media today. So I don't even think he's going to make the first game, which is, it's going to be interesting anyway. But yeah, he, as you said, has not had the best season for City when he was playing, has kind of played a limited role this season as well for, I guess, form reasons in terms of him not being in the best form reasons in terms of Akanji doing his role better than he does his own role. So, there's...
Yeah, the defensively, they got some issues. I mean, Pickford, again, always been good for England, will definitely be the number one. Midfield is also an interesting thing for England. I mean, Rice, Bellingham, those two guys are probably definitely starting. It's that third midfield spot where, some people are saying it should be filled by Foden. Some people are saying it should be filled by Menu. I'm even hearing some Gallagher shouts.
The thing is, I'm hearing Manu, I'm hearing Gallagher, but I'm not hearing Wharton. And to be very honest with you, that's the person I'm putting in there.
Honestly, I hear it because Wharton's an outstanding player, but he made his debut recently. I don't know. Southgate is very, how do you pronounce it? Like he likes the hierarchy. Like you have to be exceptional to just come into the England squad and this is Wharton's first call up.
Yes.
Not even like this is his first call up, never mind first game. So it would take a lot. I mean, Wharton is talented, but he would have to show an extraordinary amount in training to make it to the first 11, I can't lie.
Yeah, and even on a slightly separate note, I'm looking at England squad depth. So they have a lot of players, like obviously, as you said, a lot of attacking talent, but the attack seems to be densely saturated compared to, say, the defense nowadays, or the midfield, or like even the defensive midfield, because you have Rice there. Rice is basically a mainstay now. Who else in that like midfield that he brought is a defensive minded midfielder is what I'm trying to think. You see all of these attackers he's brought. Is it 12 attackers? I don't remember what the squad was saying, but obviously we've mentioned quite a few talented attackers.
I'm actually just thinking, like what the point you made on the midfield is actually something I haven't even thought about before. Outside Rice,
I feel like
Who is it?
you mightn't need more than one defensive midfielder, but if Rice is the only person, God forbid Rice picks up a knock or gets injured.
England's thing is over if Rice picks up a
You know what I
knock,
mean?
man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, yeah, very densely saturated in attack. Don't even know who starts
Exactly.
in attack. Then Rice probably has the most secure position in the entire England 11.
100%.
You know, maybe next to like Pickford and Kane. You know, like I don't know. I think to be fair, England were very saturated in defense as well. It's the injuries. You know, guys like what's his name? Reece James, and then John Stones is not, not fully fit as of right now. At least hasn't had the best season. Maguire, Shaw, as we already mentioned, but I don't know, man. England, it's not looking the best. It was looking a lot better for them a few months ago. It's not looking the best.
I still feel like that saturation in attack is what is kind of blinding fans, saying that, oh yeah, football is definitely coming home. If it doesn't come home now, there's no better time, that type of way. Because we even look at the two big omissions being James Maddison and Jack Grealish. I think the
And
Maddison one
Rashford,
is...
actually.
Leave Rashford, bro.
Nah,
Because Rashford didn't even make the provisional squad, bro.
but Rashford's done better more for England than Grealish and Maddison. It's a big omission.
I know what you mean, but I'm also looking at it from the point of view that whereas Grealish's omission from the final squad is 100% understandable based on his season, James Maddison's is kind of understandable. The rest, the YGs, fair enough, they weren't going to get in. But
I would have taken Rashford.
I don't know.
I would have taken Rashford.
When you list all of the like Rashford plays for England as a winger. When you list all of the wingers that he brought, all of the wingers that were in the provisional squad, obviously he dropped Grealish. Which one of those wingers are you dropping for Rashford?
Who even starts
this season?
Who starts at left wing for England though?
They've got Palmer. They've got
Palmer's not starting at left.
I don't know.
But the thing is, it's about the tactical fit. Palmer in an efficient team, Palmer is not starting at left wing. Foden might, but you're not gonna get the best out of him. Gordon is probably England's best left wing option if you're looking at it tactically. Maybe Southgate's just gonna get all the best players on the pitch and maybe start Foden left wing. But if you're actually looking at it tactically, Rashford is England's best left winger tactically.
See, I can kind of see your point, but when we're looking at people's performance throughout the season, especially in the run-in, I can't find an excuse for Rashford to be in that squad.
But the thing is, Southgate has given people more grace than that.
I understand you.
Southgate gave Maguire a whole lot of grace. Now Maguire plays excellently for England. That cannot be denied. But he gave Maguire a lot of grace. He gave Calvin Phillips a lot of grace. He gave who else? Jordan. He gave Jordan Henderson a lot of grace. So it's kind of like, why not Rashford?
There's inconsistency. Like this speaks on a wider English,
issue. Yeah,
English FA kind of it's techie, and maybe we will go into it in a later episode during the Euros. But you are right when you say that he has given a lot of grace to some people and a very short stick to others.
Yeah.
Maybe moving away from England now.
Germany. I want to talk about Germany, man.
Yeah, go on.
I think, man, literally like 6 months ago, I was thinking maybe Germany could even get embarrassed in their own tournament, but all of a sudden it is looking a lot better for them now because they've got a lot of players in form. What's it called? Havertz, Musiala, Wirtz, Sané, Kroos, all these players in form. Who else? Rudiger as well, that just won the Champions League. I know Hummels didn't get picked for the original squad, but didn't he get picked up recently? Did they not have an injury?
Pavlovic has dropped out.
And I think he brought in Emre Can. I think that was today. But didn't Hummels get selected like as a second round kind of thing?
I'm not 100% sure.
Let me see.
What is surrounding it, but
let me just check. Did he? I don't I don't think he did. He
I
get
think, I
picked?
think I think the news was something to do with whether or not he was going to stay at Dortmund.
Yeah, I don't think he got picked. But either way, especially in attacking areas, Germany have got a lot of talent. They're what's it called? You see Havertz, Musiala, Sane, Wirtz, they all tend to work together really well. This could be the tournament of, Wirtz and Musiala truly, truly, truly coming onto the world stage. I mean, Wirtz had an outstanding season for Bayer Leverkusen. Musiala, good season again for Bayern. Havertz came up trumps again towards the end for Arsenal, had a really excellent end to the season. Sane had some good performances in the Champions League in the latter stages against Arsenal and against Real Madrid. And then Kroos coming back for the fairy tale, home hosted tournament before he retires, rides off into the sunset. I mean, it could be looking real nice for Germany.
No, definitely. I see what you're saying there. But then maybe on a lesser degree, and of course they do have kind of their solid defense in Kimmich, Rudiger. I don't remember my man's first name, but he's a solid defender. Not anything too crazy, but he's a solid defender as well beside Rudiger there. And obviously Manuel Neuer in goal. Do you feel like the big names are in attack and there's quite a few of them?
Yeah, the big names are definitely in attack. Oh, they still have Gundogan as well. That's a big one too. Yeah, he had a decent season for Barcelona too.
He had a decent season, but when I went Barca, I watched who did they play? They played Rayo Vallecano. Gundogan was alright. But like not the Gundogan that I know.
City.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not even like the Gundogan of City, just the Gundogan that I know and I've watched on the TV and all of that.
Germany are what's it called? Oh, I didn't know Pascal Gross plays for Germany.
But then that's another techie thing because you have Wirtz can play on the wing, Musiala can also play as a makeshift winger, Sane can play on the wing, Gross can. Well, I guess Gross isn't really a winger. He's more of a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, Gross is a defensive midfielder, yeah. But I'm just looking at their last friendly game. I mean, Sane didn't even start, and they still had a front four of Musiala, Wirtz, Gundogan, and Havertz.
That's a crazy front four to be able to name, and it's not even like
it's not even all the players you could have named.
Yeah.
I think attacking wise, there's a lot of talent there. I think defensively there could be a few issues. Rudiger's still one of the best centre backs in the world. Kimmich is still one of the best right back / defensive midfield, whatever the hell he is. Whatever he does, he's one of the best in the world at it. Neuer, although he made the big mistake against Real Madrid in the semi-final second leg, he was actually really good that game for the majority of the game. And I mean, I think Neuer can still, be one of the best goalkeepers in the world on his day, especially, in a big tournament. I think Germany could, again, Germany's, what do they call it? Tournament pedigree as well, the mentality. Again, it is kind of like a new team, new generation, but it does seem to kind of follow generation upon generation that Germany just generally know how to win. Home advantage as well. I could easily see Germany making it far. Easily. Semi-finals, semi-finals, final, maybe even winning it as well.
They definitely have a shout there, and it's less built on the whole flashy, we have this player, this name. It's that obviously they're all working together.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk about France, but before that, I want to talk about the Netherlands because I've got a lot of work people saying that the Netherlands could be a dark horse in this. But are they really a dark horse when you look at their squad? I don't know.
I couldn't call a team like Netherlands dark horse. Dark horses is for remember Turkey last time out,
or even Morocco in that World Cup.
Yeah, Turkey last time out. I remember everybody, bro. Even everyone out there, fantasy team, everyone had all their bets centered around Turkey, and they went. I think they lost 3 out of 3, went home in the group stage. So that dark horses thing can be a little bit shaky. But I mean, looking at Netherlands team, there is most definitely talent there. They got Jeremy Frimpong.
They have a lot of defenders. I'm just looking at this now. They have a lot of defenders.
They got a Frimpong, Van Dijk, what's his name? Van de Ven.
Van de Ven is there. He didn't even start their last game.
Wow.
De Vrij is there.
De Vrij still there. Wow.
De Ligt is there. Like,
Wow. Oh.
they've got a lot of strength in that defensive department.
They could play a centre back pairing of Van Dijk and De Ligt, or Van Dijk and Van de Ven. Ooh.
That is actually.
But actually, literally just the other day, what's his name? De Jong. De Jong's out of the tournament.
I think they also lost Coop Miners, which is big for Coleman as well. But even that notwithstanding, like the squad that they still have is stacked. Like I'm looking at the bench from that match.
They got Xavi Simons as well. Depay.
Man, see, the thing is, right? Let me even go and look at what is their group looking like. I think I've toggled out of group from here.
Oh, they got you guys. What's it? Nathan Ake as well.
Ake is even playing left back.
Cody too. Cody Gakpo.
They've got Poland, Austria, and France. Okay, they're in France's group. But yeah, they're not a dark horse. We can bust that myth now.
I feel like it's probably more like the level below favorites. I think that's better. I think calling them dark horse is a bit of a disservice to the Netherlands name. You know, like
I thought you might be a dark horse though.
What?
Belgium. Because Belgium haven't traditionally done well in the Euros or in the World Cup.
The big tournaments, like they always seem to let you down.
And it's not because they don't have like good players, but it's more, I don't know. I feel at times I was looking at it and being like, there's a stark contrast between the older generation and the newer generation, as in there's a big gap compared to maybe the likes of Germany, where maybe the age gap is the same, but that level of understanding is there between all of them anyway. You get what I'm trying to say? Because you have people like Axel Witsel is still there. De Bruyne is still there. And these men are getting old.
Yeah.
Lukaku is still there. And then you have younger people coming in like Onana, not the Everton's.
Doku. Yeah, I know. Amadou Onana, Doku.
Openda is there.
Yeah.
That one, that I was thinking about that. I was like, they've got a decent attack this year. And if Lukaku shows up at this tournament, now, he has shown up at international tournaments before.
But he's also had his fair share of stinkers.
That's very true. So it can go one of two ways with him. If it goes the right way, they could actually go far. I see them going far if Lukaku doesn't let them down.
I mean, they definitely have the capabilities to go far. They also have, what's his name? Bakayoko, PSV. He's cold as well. They have the capabilities to go far, but I wouldn't call them one of the favorites.
No, that's the reason why I am saying dark horse. Obviously, Trossard is there as well.
Yeah.
No.
Spain are always a team for me. The thing is, my thing with Spain is that since their golden generation left, Spain don't have any killers, and it hurts them when they get into like really key, difficult knockout games, because they'll you watch Spain, they'll play some beautiful football. They'll spend the whole game passing, but like there'll be no killers. That's what happened to them at the Euros. Not the World Cup. That's what happened to them at the World Cup. They lost on penalties. That's what happened to them against Italy in the semi-finals of the last Euros. They lost on penalties. I watched that game. Spain dominated that game. They should have won that game, but no killers, so they lost. They also went on penalties in the 2018 World Cup as well to Russia. I don't remember the full momentum of that game, but I mean, there's a pattern here. Not being able to have the killers to really just push through when you might need a goal. Like the Spain team of, the great Spain teams of like the 2010s. Yeah, they had all the great passers, but you had a Torres, you had a Diego Costa, you had especially David Villa. David Villa is what you call a bagsman. I've even been talking about it. We're in a lack of bagsmen epidemic, man. We'll talk about that another day. David Villa was a real bagsman, real goal scorer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Spain, the level of football that Spain play means that there's generally a floor. Like, I can't see them getting grouped.
No, well,
I can't see them getting grouped.
Now, I don't have high hopes. I don't have high hopes for Italy, but they are in a group with Croatia, Italy, not Albania, maybe not, but Croatia and Italy are there
What, in Spain's group?
in Spain's group. So, as you said, a lack of killers may now, hopefully not, because I do want to see Spain in the knockout stages.
Yeah.
But if things go left, especially in the Italy game,
To be fair, yeah.
I don't know.
To be fair, there we do have the best third places things. I would be surprised. This group, Albania, Croatia, Italy, Spain. I'll be surprised if one of the four best third places doesn't come from that group. So I mean, unless they finish rock bottom, Spain should be fine getting out the group. I think first game is Germany Scotland on Friday.
Yep.
Big man Scott McTominay. Wait, Scott McTominay he's fit. He's fit. I remember he was playing against us last month. He's fit because I remember it was announced whether like a month ago that he would miss the Euros, but I think that was proven to be a bit early, wide off the mark. But yeah, Scott McTominay, I mean, he was outstanding in the qualifiers. I'm pretty sure he scored like 6 goals. I remember he scored a double against Spain as well. I mean, Scotland, could they pull off the upset against Germany?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's that Germany midfield that will just dominate them. Now, to be fair, Scotland do play Andy Robertson and Billy Gilmore in their midfield. Maybe not midfield. They play with a back five, but I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I doubt that. But talking about, we're actually missing a couple of the really big contenders. We want to talk about France and Portugal.
France first, actually.
Yeah, France first. I mean, of course, Mbappe. Any team with Mbappe is always there. It's always favorite. Mbappe will have a personal, motivation to do better because, I mean, I saw him talking today about, it's his first tournament as captain. But also, the last Euros was probably Mbappe's lowest point of his career. Like, I think he scored no goals at the tournament, and he missed a lot of chances that you would expect him to take, and he missed the deciding penalty when they got knocked out by Switzerland. So, I mean, Mbappe will have a personal motivation to want to be better. I mean, France stacked with talent. What can you say? Chouameni, Camavinga, Kolomwani, Marcus Thuram, Saliba, Konate, Upamecano. Is it Tio or Luca Hernandez? One of them, anyway.
I find that so crazy that one is French and the other is he also French? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they both play for the French team.
Sure, only one of them is in the squad.
Even Kante is back.
Yeah, Kante is back.
Kante is back as well. Griezmann, Giroud.
Giroud's final
tournament as well. Absolute stacks, bags of talent. You can't not say France aren't minimum one of the 2 or 3 favorites to win the tournament. It's just kind of like, I mean, to be fair, they almost repeated the World Cup. Even the Euros, the last Euros, I would say that they were probably the best team at the Euros last time. They should probably, that's Switzerland. Anything can happen. That's the thing with knockout football. The best team doesn't always win the Euros or the Champions League or the World Cup, So, I mean, France, they will be there. Talent is, it was his name, Barcola as well, Zaire Emery.
He's there.
Ooh, man, France are stacked. I think France still have probably the best squad at the tournament. Yeah. Who's in goal? What's his name? Mike Magnon. Yeah.
France is at that level where they've got so many elite players that yes, they will be one of the favorites. Yes, we do expect that they will go far. We just hope that it's not a situation where the expectations are high and then pressure may get to them.
They gotta make sure they get the best out of Mbappe. Get him on those left inside channels. He's not a striker. Get him on those left inside channels. Let him operate there, do what he needs to do from those positions. The guy is not a striker. I mean, him joining Real Madrid, that's a conversation we'll probably have in a different episode. But yeah, I mean, the talent in France is insane. Talent in Portugal is there too. Got Felix, the young guy from Benfica, João Neves, Rafael Leao, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, of course the big man himself, Ronaldo.
Pepe is going to the Euros at 41.
Bro, oh man, when we played against Porto in the Champions League this year, bro, I couldn't believe my eyes, man. Like, of course, the emotion of wanting Arsenal to win and stuff, but bro, he was outstanding. He still knows the game inside out. It's crazy how much of a calm guy he's become now, considering, you know, the Pepe that we used to know. You know, him and Sergio Ramos were the baddest two-man step I've ever seen in football, you know. Yeah, but I mean, Pep, and he's still, you know, I think Pepe and Diaz would probably be one of the, you know, centre-back pairings to watch at the Euros. They got Nuno Mendes, left back. They got Cancelo, Diogo Dalot as well. I mean, a lot of talent in Portugal as well. I'd probably put them, I think, kind of like in that Netherlands.
Yeah, not favourites, but definitely have a squad that can challenge.
Yeah, because Portugal as well haven't been the best at the recent tournaments. They did make the quarterfinals of the World Cup, but the performances have not really been there. Especially, what's it called? You know, it's become more Ronaldo centric recent years.
That can trip them up.
And you know, as much as we hate to say it, it does mean we're getting old, but your team being Ronaldo-centric is not particularly a recipe for success anymore.
Not anymore. Obviously, because he's 39.
Yeah,
like
he's 39.
His body can only do so much.
You know, like it's reasonable.
Okay. Just before we kind of round up the episode, I'm gonna go through the groups and maybe we'll probably just say who we think our top two are gonna be.
Or quick predictions.
Yeah. Okay. Group A, just for group stage now.
Okay.
Group A is Germany, Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland. I'm going with Germany and Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland are there, Jacques and them. Yeah, I'm going Germany and Switzerland, and then at the end we'll go for the best third places. Okay.
Group B, Spain, Croatia, Italy, Albania. I'm gonna go Spain, Croatia.
Italy are interesting, you know. They can turn up when you least expect it. That's how they won the last Euros.
Yeah,
but I think the talent of Croatia because Italy are in a talent recession right now in terms of football. So I think we're safely with Spain and Croatia.
C, Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia, England.
Serbia got Mitrovic. They got Vlahovic as well. But I think we can say England and Denmark.
Yeah, England and Denmark are probably going to edge them.
Group D, probably France and the Netherlands.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, yeah, you know, I don't see either Poland or Austria doing better than the Netherlands.
I wouldn't be surprised if Poland or Austria had a good tournament.
You know? I don't think they won't have a good tournament, but it's just a thing of you can't deny the quality in that France and that Netherlands side. Yeah. Group E is Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine.
Well, Belgium definitely first.
I don't put it past Romania to get out of this group, to be very honest with you. Now, they don't have the big names, right? They don't have any names that we can say off the top of our head. I don't think there's a single Romanian in the Premier League, for example.
Right now.
But I've seen, like, I think it was the last Euros that they played in. They seem to consistently get into the Euros, and okay, they might. To be fair,
Ukraine got some talent though. Ukraine got Zinchenko. Well. They got what's his name, Mudryk as well. I think Belgium definitely first. I think this is a rather easy group for Belgium. Belgium will need to take advantage of that. I'll go Belgium and Ukraine.
Yeah, I would still go Belgium, Romania. I feel like they could do something for us. And then the last group, Group F, Turkey, Georgia.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
I'm going Portugal and Turkey for that.
Portugal, Turkey. We'll probably do another prediction of maybe
the last 16. Maybe.
Yeah, after this first round goes. We are currently recording Wednesday the 12th of June.
Euro starts on the 14th.
Euro starts
two days from now.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of Euros talk. We can still continue talking, but we'll cap it there. And yeah, I think we'll see. Obviously, big tournament, another European tournament, big names, you know, big expectations. Some people are going to make a name for themselves in this competition.
Some people looking for a final farewell.
Yeah, 100%. So I think on that note, we will round off the episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you got this far as well, thank you for your continued support. Does mean a lot to us. We appreciate it a lot. You'll find the link to our link tree to our Instagram and to the YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you want to listen to it. You'll find all the links in the description wherever you're listening to this from. So yeah, well, I guess that's a sign off from me. I'll let Tans take us out.
Yeah, guys, just appreciate all the support as always, especially if you made it this far. I mean, this is 40 minutes. Even though we said fight like 20 minutes ago, we're gonna try not to get to 40 minutes. We enjoy talking about the football. We enjoy talking about our faith. I mean, what can you do? But yeah, thank you guys for the support. As Fuego said, all our links and everything are in the bios of whatever platform you're watching this from. And yeah, see you guys in the next.